Hi, my name is Morgan Hicks. I'm the Director of Education and Program Development at TheatreSquared. And for today's webisode of the Play On series, we're going to be leading you through one of my favorite activities for theater students and in life in general, a beautiful 15-minute scavenger hunt. It's going to take 15 minutes for you to complete your challenges, but teachers, if you're going to be doing this for a live class, then you'll obviously spend a little bit more time checking on the work and seeing what everybody's created. So for our very first challenge, we're going to dig into the world of costume design. Theater history goes all the way back to about 500 BC in Greece. And at that time, when we very first started seeing plays, the actors would wear masks to communicate what their character was. But they would, for the most part, wear what normal everyday Greek people would wear, and those were togas. So for your very first challenge, you're going to become a costume designer and you're going to create a beautiful toga for us. And your toga is going to be made out of objects that you're going to find at the house. You can get creative. Maybe it's a sheet, maybe it's a blanket, maybe it's a pair of jeans, maybe it's a coat, maybe it's a tablecloth. Who knows? I just gave you a bunch of ideas. So you're gonna have to get really, really creative. But one rule, you can't damage your material in any way. So no cutting, no painting, no tearing, nothing that would cause permanent damage to your materials. So you're gonna have 4 minutes for this challenge. When I say go, you're either going to take a picture and share it online, or you'll be ready for a live check-in. And your time starts now. I bet you guys got so creative with those costumes. I can't wait to see some pictures of those amazing togas. For our next challenge, we are going to be delving into the world of scenic design. So early on in a production process, a designer and a director will have a conversation about where does this story take place. Maybe it's an environment that's realistic, like a living room or a kitchen, or maybe it's a completely non-realistic space. Maybe the play takes place in a character's imagination or in the future or in a time that doesn't exist, right? And so what you're going to do for this next challenge is you're going to scan your home and you're going to come up with a perfect scenic design for a play that's taking place in your imagination. So you're going to think about what kind of environment would represent on stage what's happening inside of your brain. Be thinking about what props are in there, think about the lighting choices and how that can set the mood, but find us a perfect scenic design for inside of your head. And you've got 3 minutes for this challenge, and those 3 minutes start now. Wow, those pictures are going to be amazing. I cannot wait to see those scenic designs of what's going on inside of your heads right now. So for our next challenge, we're going to take on the role of the actor. We know that actors, before they begin a performance, they're always going to want to warm up, right? They're going to warm up all of their bodies. They're going to warm up their muscles. They're going to warm up their throat and their vocal cords. And they're also going to want to warm up their faces, their teeth and their tongues, so that they can pronounce all of those lines. So for this next challenge, you're going to have 1 minute. It's going to be a fast one. And you're going to memorize one of these tongue twisters. And you're going to practice saying it 5 times really, really quickly, as quickly as you can. And you're going to want to get it 5 times through without messing up in any way. So you'll want to record that or be rehearsed and ready to share it live. And you've got 1 minute and go. Tongue twisters are so fun. It's so fun to learn them and to say them really, really quickly, to say them with your friends and your acting partners to warm up. So I hope that you guys had some fun with those tongue twisters. So for this next challenge, we are going to look at the world of props. We know that props can be so important in our storytelling in our plays. And there are some props in plays, in very famous plays, that are very famous on their own. One of the most famous props ever in theater history is this prop from Hamlet. So for this very next challenge, you're going to find an object in your home and you're going to recreate this prop pose from Hamlet. You probably don't have a skull laying around, so you're gonna have to get creative and find a cool household object, take a picture, or be ready to strike a pose in the live check-in, and you've got 2 minutes to complete this challenge. So your 2 minutes starts now. I bet you guys got pretty creative with that last challenge. I would love to know what your substitution for York's skull was. For this last challenge, we're going to stay in the world of actors, and we're going to take on the challenge of an open or a blank scene. This open or blank scene is a scene that a playwright writes, but they don't necessarily tell us who the characters are or what their relationships are to one another or even what they want. So it's up to the actor to come up with all of that information. They have to provide a backstory, they have to figure out what their relationships are and what their character needs and wants. So we're going to take on a very short open scene, and you're going to recreate this with either yourself, you can play both of the parts, or maybe you have an acting partner in the house, maybe a mom or a sibling, or maybe a pet, you'll have to do that, both the lines for them, or a doll, or a puppet. Really get creative. You can do anything that you want, but we definitely want to see what those backstories are and who the characters are and what their relationship is to one another. So for this challenge, you're going to have 5 full minutes. We want it to get really detailed and we want you to make a lot of choices. So have fun, but you've got 5 minutes and those 5 minutes start now. hope you guys had fun creating those open scenes. That's one of the most exciting things for actors to be able to do, is to kind of create their characters and understand what they need and want from one another. So that's the completion of our scavenger hunt. I hope you guys had a really fun time. I hope that it was fun to get creative and take on challenges during these challenging times, and that you learned a little bit about theater today. So we'll see you next time. Bye.